Hey guys, my name is Sheena and this is my channel, Let the Sun Shine. So, I've been talking a little bit about covert narcissism in husbands, Christian husbands. And I just wanted to make a short video about having a narcissistic mother. So, you know you have a narcissistic mother when, well, I'll put it this way. When you have a narcissistic mother, well, actually, let me reverse again, because there's so many different, I skimmed about 5 different articles about signs of having a narcissistic mother. The first 4 didn't really hit it, and the last one was like, it was checking every box. So I think there's like a lot of signs, but I'll tell you, one of them is they have to cut you down. And no matter who they talk to, if they're talking about you, like, they have to talk crap about you to people in the family or whatever, and they have to talk negative about you. And, you know, this is so confusing for a while because you're like, well, you know, you think maybe it's just me, like maybe I just can't handle criticism, right? That's another thing. They are very critical, very negative, because it's who they are in their own person, in their own being. They're very negative, very critical, and they cannot wait to talk some shit about you to other people, about how fucked up you are. I'm using foul language, sorry, but I'm just gonna keep it real and just say it like it is. But yeah, you're a really messed up person. Like, you have this wrong with you, that wrong with you, everything you do is wrong, and they're gonna tell people about it. And you, on top of that, on top of all your characteristics, and on top of all the things you just do wrong in life, like, you're not a good parent, you don't measure up in anything. On top of that, alright, I lost my train of thought. Crap. Yeah. What was I gonna say about on top of that? Well, anyways, the thing that, on top of that, they'll tell everybody how much you hurt them. You've hurt them. And this is very confusing. It can be very confusing for somebody who's empathic, because you're just like, well, you don't feel like you hurt them. You're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that these things that you did, that they're receiving as offenses, and that everything is about them. Everything is about how you hurt them. They are very selfish. And the funny thing is that they will call you selfish. They will call you selfish because you don't take their feelings into consideration about everything. They need to be the center of your life. You need to be telling them everything, you know, about your life, and, you know, or else you're selfish and you don't care about them. If something happens to them, you have to care about them. If you don't act like you care about them, then you're selfish and you have hurt them. Well, yeah, I guess you have hurt their ego. You've destroyed their ego when you don't care about them, because at that point, you're tired. I mean, you're like fed up with their nonsense, and they've offended you so much. So you're just like, I really don't care if you had surgery. You know what I mean? I'm done with it. I'm over it, you know? Because you've tried so hard to perform for them, to please them. So that's another thing about having a narcissistic parent. It's like, it's all performance based. They don't want to know who you are. They hate who you are. And I know that's hard to hear, and that's hard to believe, because you would think, why would somebody not like their own child? Like, why would somebody talk crap about their child and cut their child, adult child down, young child, whatever? They do it at any age that you are. why would somebody want to do that to their own child? I tell you, like, if my kid ended up, you know, on the corner selling crack, like, I would still love them and think they're, like, the best person ever. Because it's like, there's something about somebody being your child. Not that you would want to enable them, but you wouldn't find every chance there is to talk shit about them. You know, when people be like, hey, how's your kid doing? You'd be like, you know, they're having a little bit of a tough time, but I believe in them. They're going to come through and they're going to shine, and, you know, they're going to make it, because I see that they have these gifts and talents. And you just start boasting on your kid because it's your kid. It's like your flesh and blood. But something is wrong with these narcissistic parents. They don't do that. Maybe because they hate themselves, and you're a reflection of them, right? I was reading that narcissistic parents see you as an extension of themselves. They hate themselves. They try so hard to be quote unquote perfect. They hate themselves. So they're going to hate you too. That's a hard pill to swallow, because when you're gaslit and you're confused, you're thinking, well, you know, they just don't like the things that I do. You know what I mean? Like, you don't measure up, right? Oh, well, I don't measure up. But you think, like, you kind of think, like, I think they hate me, but I'm not going to say that, because no parent really, like, doesn't like their kid, right? Like, no, they actually don't like you. They don't like you. And they will tell everybody else in your family how much they don't like you. You know what the problem is? That people, no one puts these people in their place. Or the people that would put these narcissistic people in their place, they don't talk to those people like that. They don't boss those people around, because they know they'll get put in their place. But, like, yeah, I guess that's why it's this thing between narcissists and empathic people, because they know they could toss you around, and you're just going to feel bad for them, and you're just going to try to be empathic towards them. Like, they have issues, that's just the way they are, you know. Try to accept people the way they are, blah, 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 right? Try to be understanding. Well, yeah, I mean, we can do all that, but, you know, that's why they say go no contact, and just have very little contact with these people. It's amazing. I wouldn't, you know, I guess I would have never thought that, you know, a person's own mother really would not like them. You would think that they would be proud of you at some point in your life about something, you know, but they might be like, oh, I'm proud of you, but, you know, you could have done better with that. Or they will never give you a wholehearted compliment. Like, wow, you're such a wonderful mom. You know, I'm so proud of you. No. And maybe it's because nobody was ever proud of them. I don't know. But you know what? We're done justifying these people's behaviors. Because people go through all kinds of things, and not everyone ends up being a narcissist. So, whether it was nature or whether it was nurture, does it really matter? Because the fact is that they don't bother having any self-reflection. And you probably have even apologized to these people in the past, like the narcissistic mother, right? Like in the past when you were more tolerable, like, okay, I see how that could have hurt you. I see how what I did could have hurt you, and I'm sorry for that, you know? But they will continually be offended at you. Continually, because they hate you. They will never find anything good to say about you. So, I guess the only next thing to do is acceptance. Acceptance of that. And just know that. So that you don't have to, or we, me, you, all of us, everyone. So we don't have to perform for them anymore. They do not, like, I'll say it again, like, they don't like who you are. They want you to sit down and shut up and never have an opinion. And they do not like if you oppose their opinion. That gets them so angry. It's the ego. Yeah, once again, it's the ego. It's like, but the thing is this, too, they're tricky because they will draw you into hot topics. They will draw you into debates because they want to fight with you. They want to fight with you so that they can say, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. We're not going to talk about this anymore. Because they want to shut you down fast and hard. And they want to intimidate you. They want you to be afraid. They just, especially if it was it's a parent-child relationship. Because there's something about that dynamic that is, maybe people are easy to control when you're their child. They can control you better. Like, you're more intimidated. You're like, I'm an adult and I'm intimidated by my parent. Like, how does that make any sense? It's just probably something that, programmed inside of us from young or whatever. But boy, and they will draw you into conversations that they know that you think something opposite of, because they want to see if you are going to talk back to them. Not talk back to them, if you dare are going to share your opinion, because they just can't wait. They cannot wait to shut you down and to tell you to shut the fuck up. That's how they say it too. Like, your own mother will talk to you like that and say shut the fuck up. They will never say, oh, well, I never thought of it like that. I really don't agree with you. But, whatever. We can agree to disagree. No. No, no. No, 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 no. So, what are we to do? Just be ourselves, I guess. But that's very hard. It's very hard to do in front of a narcissistic parent. Because you're like, when you're with the narcissistic parent, you're just like, I'm just gonna perform. I'm gonna hustle through it. And everything's gonna be okay. As long as I don't express any of my honest and true feelings from my heart. We can make it through. That's another thing. They'll have you wanting to defend and justify why you think the way you think too. Oh yeah, write me a 5-page paper why you think opposite than me. Prove it to me. They want you to prove everything to them. They want you to and then if you do that, they still won't be happy. They still won't believe you. They don't believe you. Anything you do, they don't believe in you. They don't believe a word you say. They don't believe you. They don't. And the whole time you think that something's wrong with you. Like, you're just an oddball. But it's not. And then the flying monkeys around them deal with them. Or they say, oh, that's your mother. That's your mother. You gotta be nice to her. You gotta, put up with her. Well, no. No, we don't. No, we don't. If you try to have an honest and true relationship with a narcissistic parent, you'll be fighting every day. So, you either gotta be long distance, keep it far. Don't share anything personal with them. That's it. If you still talk to them, you can talk to them on a surface level. But other than that, you cut them off, These narcissists are so messed up that you have to write out actual boundaries with them. This is how messed up they are. They don't have boundaries. You have to write it out for them and say, okay, if you want to communicate with me, these are the rules. Like, you can't yell at me or be angry with me for having a different opinion than you. You can't manipulate me to try to get me to think like you. There was one other rule I came up with. I forget what it is now. What was it? I forget. So yeah, they're so messed up that you actually have to create rules in order to have communications with them. And the whole time they will have you thinking that you are messed up. That you are selfish. So but one good thing having a narcissistic parent can teach you is how to be a resistor, right? How to, I don't know, maybe how to build a thicker skin while also still keeping your empathic, compassionate side, and just realizing like this person is in a bad state of mind. It's got nothing to do with me. And then you have to start going through the journey of saying, I trust myself. I believe myself. You know? I love myself. You just have, you gotta freaking start making affirmations about yourself. That's how messed up you get. Because you're just like, because they have told you nothing good about yourself, and everything you do is not good enough. So it's like you live in a state of confusion. You're just like, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it because you're so used to it from when you're little. So they never told you they believed in you, you know? I think it's nice to tell kids that you believe in them. You know? You believe in them, you believe in their potential and all that they could be, you know, all who they are. So anyways, I'm going to cut this video off here. Have a great day, everyone.